does this mean on question 4 you're going to vote against legalizing marijuana?
No.
You're going to vote for marijuana?
Yes. And here's my reasoning.
Okay.
Weed has been around as long as everything else that's out there, except they just making different combinations of it.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it will become a controlled substance. You're not gonna be able to get sticky icky and blue velvet, and you can still get in trouble for having that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's extra potent, extra whatever. It's more controlled. Not that it makes it right, but for the people who want to do it, they can. They have a way to do it, and they're not robbing me for it. Although people that smoke weed don't normally rob people for their habit.
Okay. They should never. I'm going to vote against legalizing it.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. So So we have to use a little bit of common sense here. If weed gets people high, and you don't have access to weed, what do you still want to do?
Get high.
There's your gateway.
True.
How can you not say weed is not? Yes, text her.
Weed in the future will be looked back on like the
What?
I can't read.
Oh, like the Prohibition era. So I guess we'll have to look up Prohibition era.
Oh, honey, that's in my expertise.
Okay.
If that happened again, I'm gonna have bathtubs all lined up. People going blind.
What is it?
Oh, that's when they stopped the sale of all alcohol. Remember, that's how a lot of the gangsters and stuff came out to be rich. The Kennedys made their fortune off of bootlegging. Because you were not allowed to have alcohol of any kind at all.
Ah, okay, right. As a matter of fact, yes, when alcohol was illegal, right. So, when alcohol was illegal, what did those people do?
They started making with their own...
They started smoking weed, right?
No.
If memory serves me correctly about what I know about the Prohibition era, they did start smoking weed because they couldn't drink. Oh, all right, okay, yes, text her, yes.
It's a long one. I know a few people who lived in Washington and have a ton of different strands that have different effects for a different symptoms.
Right.
So perhaps Purple Rain may help with
anxiety,
but not the pink cloud.
Not cotton candy. Understood.
It's very different.
Okay, so here's the problem with that. First, weed, even though it'll be legalized, it'll still have to be sold by certain weed manufacturers. You're not just going to be able to still sell. Listen, cigarettes are legal now, but I just can't go out and sell cigarettes on my corner.
Right.
That's how Eric Garner got killed and murdered.
Okay.
So the weed that will be sold legally will be by people who have the safer versions of weed. Now, the reason why I would vote, only way I would vote yes on legalizing marijuana, is if it's one. Wait, all weed heads I know are lazy losers. Applaud that. Oh no, I'm not ready. Yes, all weed heads are. Do you know any real productive
I've never met one. See, that's the thing. They're not robbing, and they're normally pretty chunky. Not all the time, but some of them.
Pretty what?
Chunky.
Listen, most of the weed heads I know are slim as hell.
Really?
Your son is slim as hell.
Hey!
I'm just saying, both of them. They are the one that don't smoke weed is the happy one. I agree. As long as it's sold legally, people try to bring up athletes that smokes. Yes. Dang it, my bad. I forget I got the reader here. Yes, text her.
People try to bring up athletes that smoke.
Yes.
So cute.
Right. So, is there danger in smoking weed? This is another thing we have to talk about. Are there really? I've seen people who smoke weed and that look real dumb. Like the other day, someone came into my house that was high, and we were eating spaghetti, and he kept trying to put one noodle around his fork like this.
Why? What?
Because he wanted to put the noodle in his mouth, right? So he couldn't pick it up with the fork. So he was trying to take the noodle and put it around his fork so he could put it in. Yes, he picked it up in his hand.
Why not just drop the fork?
He was high.
Oh my God.
Why are you trying to bring logic in to when it's an unlogical situation? He was high. So he's trying to take the noodle and wrap it around his fork like this. And before he put it, and he would just lean the fork on his mouth like this. That's what he would do. But he's never hurt anybody. I've never, listen, alcohol to me is worse than weed.
Yes, I think so too.
I've had people I know who were the nicest people in the world. As soon as they drink, they become jerk-offs.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not sitting here being a yes man. That's the truth. I've never heard of a crime where weed made you do.
Where weed was a real factor.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he smoked a little weed.
Or oh man, leave him alone. He's angry when he smokes. Mm-hmm. But nah, man, you know, I hate angry drunks.
Yeah, I don't like.
I hate angry drunks like I hate the Klan. I hate angry drunks. That's why I don't drink. That's another reason why I don't drink. Never had good experiences with people when they drink. But so I'm still gonna vote no on it for now. I don't think we're ready. We're not ready for legal weed. Yes.
It would save Tyrone.
Yes, text her.
It's one thing to smoke, but if you dedicate your stops there, and then life to it, you're a loser.
So this is what it says. It's one thing if you smoke, but if you dedicate your life to it, you're a loser. Applaud that.
Yes. So I drink, but I don't have to drink every day, and I don't drink every day. Does that make me a bad person? I'm not around, punching holes in walls and kicking people and, getting rid of dogs and stuff like that. I'm not doing all that.
Okay, so here's what makes you a loser, right?
Okay.
If you drink, even if you drink once a month, if you drink once a month and you are a butthole that one day a month that you drink, then you are a loser. You should know that you shouldn't drink. If you get drunk to the point where it's like, and you wake up and you're like, how did I end up on this stranger's lawn?
Oh my goodness, no.
With blood on your face from a fight or something, then you know drinking, even if it's once a month, is something that makes you lose.
It's not for you.
Right.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
But I still think that if you smoke weed, you shouldn't drive.
No, you shouldn't. You can't. It's still, you're under the influence of a substance.
Right.
It doesn't matter what it is. It could be windshield washer fluid.
Yep.
You'll still get arrested. So no.
But there is a reason why I still say we're not ready for weed.
Why?
In Worcester yet, in Massachusetts yet. We are having a growing number of opioid addictions cases.
True.
Can we please clean up one drug before we just legalize and make another drug okay, green light it for everybody?
Okay, so the way I see it, that if they green light that one, they don't have to worry about that one too much. They could focus on the opioid thing because they're arresting people that are still sitting in jail for weed, cannabis.
Right.
That 3 years, so they'll be able to, clear that, get them out the way.
So if they legalize weed, will all the people who are in jail for weed get out?
No, because that was because their grandfather then. But
damn the grandfather. The grandfather in. You should be let out.
You did the crime before.
So, you know what? They should be let out and apologized to because they found out that the law was stupid.
Yeah, they did.
But then again, even afterwards, selling weed should still be against the law.
Not unless you have. Now, see, this is what they want. They want that license. They want you to pay something.
Right, and as they should, and as we should, because at least we know we're getting it safe. Instead of look at what a texter was talking about earlier, talking about pink weed and African. There's African black weed. All these weeds that have different other drugs. It might be laced. It might be unsafe. At least I know if I get some from a store, from a Walmart, and something bad happens to me, someone will be held accountable.
what is it, Pineapple Express, that movie. Huh, that was funny.
I've never seen it.
Hi, this is Truthit Joe from Archangel of Return to Chivalry. And you can catch my show on 7avradio.com every Wednesday from 3 to 4. Thank you.
VOV 91.3. Voices of Voiceless, we in the house. I'm Nate Peter Ghost, Barack King X, Kuta Kente, 1 foot off.
Same Mike, Michael J. Thriller, Mike Talk a Lot, Negro Spiritual, Beautiful Mind, Jesus Crack, Mike Camera Action in the building.
What's going on? VOV, Voice of the Voiceless. It's your man Keith Laporte, a.k.a. Sir Lord Keys the Thought, a.k.a. Keys to Life, the one-man team.
And I'm Truthit Joe, and I'm here to keep it real for you.
Tune in to Voice of the Voiceless every Tuesday, 12 to 1.
All right.
That's it?
That's it.
I didn't say anything about Archangel.
Hey, what's poppin'? It's your boy Truthit, and I'm inviting you 5 p.m. Mondays through Fridays to tune into the 5 o'clock shadow. On the 5 o'clock shadow, we talk about current events and no subject is off the table. I ain't scared. We also want you to be a part of the show. We encourage you to call in and give your opinion on whatever it is that's on your mind. Just know that weekdays at 5 o'clock, it's time to buckle up because you're going for a wild ride. Catch Rich, Natalie, and your boy Truthit on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock shadow, only on 7avradio.com.